Welcome to the Animate Me channel. Today we're going to be talking about planning. When you fail to plan, you're actually planning to fail. Hello and welcome to this episode. It is sure to be educative, entertaining and exciting. And if you watch through to the end, I have a special gift for you. So please stick around. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel or this is your first time, please do subscribe, for this is how you support the channel, helping us to keep giving you great, educative, creative and entertaining content. And for today, these are what you will learn. I am sure you are excited already, so let's get it started. Alright, most beginner animators, they find it very hard to plan their work in the right section before they start any activity, which makes them feel overwhelmed and not fulfill or complete a particular project, even if that project is being awarded for and there's a fee by a client for that project. So today I want you to understand that before you start any project, preparation is very important, that you've set everything in line, in place before you even put a mouse to your pad or a mouse to your computer. So let's get it started. I'll be using a very simple example right here of a job that I once did recently. And what I did was, before I started this explainer video that I wanted to create, all I had to do was to listen through the voiceover that was provided by the client, and after that try to find out what sort of images will go in certain places where there are key points from what the voiceover is saying, or the character in the voiceover is saying in this case. So I will quickly play for you the voiceovering of
a really nice study called Interoceptive Awareness in Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder explored whether or not interoceptive awareness was different in people with ADHD.
So when you have a voiceover like this, it could be an argument, it could be an explainer, it could be an advert. All you have to do is listen through the voiceover, or if you are given a script, all you have to do is read through the script and make sure you understand it. With a very good understanding, you can actually start creating the assets that you would use to create such animations. And in my case here, instead of me creating these assets, all I have to do is to go online and get proper assets that would fit the animation I'm trying to create. And you can get free asset or paid asset from websites like FreePic, Usplash, Pixel, etc., and so on and so forth, or from just a Google general search, depending on what you are creating. And just keep in mind, to avoid copyright issues, you have to subscribe to a particular website that provides you this free vector assets or videos that you would use, or images that you would use to create your explainer video. So all I had was to go into FreePic, and I was able to download a couple of images that I would use for this animation. And I had to go ahead also to create text. You can see how I labeled it: text 1, text 2, text 3, text 4 and text 5. And this text is not just a whole text. It's not the whole text of the whole voiceover or script. No, they are just PowerPoints. You need to pick specific points that are highlighted. Those are the text that you would bring up on the screen to highlight what the video is about, to highlight what the discussion is about, to highlight what the explainer is all about. And this is what I came up with in the end.
A really nice study called Interoceptive Awareness in Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder explored whether or not interoceptive awareness was different in people with ADHD or did not have ADHD. And the findings were essentially that there's no difference, that people with ADHD, children and adults.
Now you could see, as simple as it is, I am describing what the script or the voiceover is all about, and it is really simple, using Moho Studio to create this animation. And I will just show you real quickly how to do this. Since I had already explained to you, you need to understand that I had prepared this initially before I started the animation, not just getting the voiceover and just start looking for what to put. It gets overwhelming and it gets confusing, and this goes for whether you are trying to create a movie, a short film, and what have you. You have to prepare from the onset. What does the character look like? What would be the scene for scene 1? How would the scene look like? And so on and so forth. If all those things are prepared at first and put in place, it will be easy for you to create the animations. And if you have somebody working with you, it is easy for you to tell them, oh, I want you to work this specific part for me, I want you to do this specific type of illustration for me, I want you to, and so on and so forth. And if you have time on your hands and you don't have money to pay somebody, you can actually do these things yourself easily. So real quickly here, all I have to do is just to drag and drop the audio into Moho Studio. And you might not be using Moho Studio to create your animations, but if you are, whatever software you are using is still the same thing, just like this. And
a really nice study called Interoceptive Awareness in Attention Deficit.
All right, so I have this for the beginning, a really nice study. And since we were creating for the video I just showed you, it was a short for YouTube, so we had to change the settings of that to represent the YouTube short style. So I will remove the constraint here and I'll change this to 1080. You just switch the numbers to 1920 and you hit enter, and this is what you have. And you go back to 0 here, and the first thing you need to do is create a background, and the background could be any color of any sort that you want. So I'll just come to my styles and probably pick this green, and I can't be able to create the whole video, but I just want to give you guys a simple concept in creating this type of explainer. So the first thing I need to do here is I will jump into this place and I will drag in my study guy. I'll drag him in here like this, and I'll drop him into this place. Then I'll shift him to the side. You make sure that your images are mostly PNG. It makes it much more interesting to work with. And I'll add a keyframe at this first frame 12. Then let's say at frame 36, I will drag it in so it fills in the frame properly. And at frame 36, I can add a keyframe there, or at frame 42, I'll add a new keyframe like this. Sorry, I auto freeze that. Then at frame 72, I can scale it a bit just to highlight, because you could see the space here, and I can't cut that out because that's the way the voiceover has been given to me. So I have to create the animation to suit that, isn't it? So when I play,
a really nice study called
what? Interoceptive awareness. So at 78, I will bring in the text that says interoceptive awareness, and you can see my text here, and all I have to do is enlarge it a bit so that it's readable. So you can see all I'm just doing is just bringing in the assets and just making simple short animations that it's not hard to do. I'll add a keyframe there, and at frame 96, at frame 78, we want it to, you know, slide in. So at this point it will be like this, and at frame 96 or 102, I'll drag it in like this. So if we play that from the beginning, this is what we'll have.
A really nice study called Interoceptive Awareness in Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder explore.
You could see how the animation is going really well in the end. So because of time, I'm just going to stop here so you understand. If this is your first time on the channel, you could check out my other videos. I teach how to animate in Moho Studio, so you understand how I am creating these animations properly. And if you have any questions, please drop a comment. But most importantly, the idea I'm trying to pass out in this particular video is I am able to create this type of animation really quickly because I have prepared what I wanted to create already, and it made my life very easy to create this. And all I had to do was just bring in all these animations and just put them together real quickly in a space of 5 minutes, 20 minutes, depending on the length of the animation you are trying to correct. So if this makes sense to you, do make sure you check out the next video, and I will see you inside. If you have watched up until this point, I want to say congratulations, and I hope the video has been educative, entertaining, and enlightening. Do drop a comment below if you have any questions, special requests, or contributions. And as promised, here is your gift. Do check out the link in the description below to get it. Most importantly, subscribe and support the channel, and make sure you watch the next video to learn something new, and I will see you there.